good routine.
And everybody can say, oh, that's easy. I remember the time that you slept late.
Yeah.
But that's the premise, is you have to think of something that nobody can deny.
Get the girls up, but you know, since
You know
I
what
don't
you can
work,
say? Oh,
that gets up.
Yeah, it's like,
I like tacos.
well, no, I never
Whenever he's
spit
in
on my
town.
sister or.
Oh,
That's
man,
cool.
that's tough.
If you
That's
said
good. It's hard for me getting up.
I
You never
remember
did that when
being
I worked.
stressed.
You never did that
I
when
remember
I
you
worked.
drinking
Acting
pickle
loud.
juice and mustard
Yeah.
sandwiches. It's hard.
Mustard sandwiches here.
And pickle
I
juice.
still end up getting
Oh, I
ready
loved it.
now.
Oh, God.
You know, I think I had
Right
a
out
chemical
of the jar.
deficiency.
Fine socks.
I really
You
did.
probably did, like pregnant women.
No, I had
They
a
eat
chemical
natural.
deficiency of some
You
sort.
drank
what?
pickle
Salt.
juice and ate
Pat.
mustard sandwiches.
Huh?
Pat, listen.
Well, I don't
Katie
drink pickle juice
Katie
anymore.
follows you. She follows you. Drinks pickle juice.
Dad, you turn
eats.
that on?
We
What?
cannot keep her out
Yeah.
of the pickles. Katie is
Well,
thrilled.
you know what it
And I
is?
bought
It's
green
salt.
olives.
It's salt.
I bought
Salt.
a jar of green olives.
We used to do
You
that
had
way.
onions
So
2
why not-
days and they were gone.
You
Salt.
used to pour salt
No,
on your
it's
hands.
Oh, I
and
love
shit.
salt. Yeah.
Well,
I love
Didn't
but-
you
salt.
eat all the olives
It's
when
salt.
you were bartending?
I ate all the
There's
olives.
chemicals now, believe me.
But not as much as Mary and
Diet.
salt.
Diet.
I
Yeah,
used
there's
to
some
love
kind of
salt.
She used to
dietary.
pour it in her
But-
hand and
Eat it.
I figured that's why she was so thin as a kid. You know, dried her up, you know? Pour that salt back, yeah.
But,
I like that stuff. I still do.
but
I
I
eat
don't
pickles
eat
out
near,
of the jar.
I don't eat near the pickles. I eat pickles occasionally.
Maybe because you didn't
I
talk
buy
about
a
pickles.
jar of
So do
pickles,
I.
and if they're there longer
They're in
than 2 days, it's only because
well,
Katie
Kathy,
is
What kind
dead.
of pickles? What kind of pickles are they?
Clausen. That's what
Oh,
I buy.
yeah.
Only
They're
Clausen. You know what? They got new ones now, and they're good.
crispy
I
ones?
would only buy the deli kind, but now they have little ones. We had those. Great.
They
They're
used
right
to
in the
have
front of my
up in
refrigerator.
Safeway
No,
the
it's not
Boston
great.
Ear Up.
She liked those better than the other ones.
I
She
can't
can
buy
hide
them.
them. She can hide them in her hand. She'll come in and sit down and put her
Kathy
hand up
buys
to
a
her
big
mouth
3-gallon jar at Pace.
and think
one
that
gallon.
I don't know
That's
what
why
she's
you don't
doing.
like them so much, is because you're not particular about them.
Well, but I don't eat them.
Remember-
Don't you remember Daddy's Oh, yes. obsession? The Campbell's chili bean
Lyra
soup.
chili bean
Yeah,
soup.
no,
And those
and I
molasses
understand
and
that they
sugar
were good.
cookies.
Yeah, they always went right away. They never lasted one
But
day.
molasses
It
and
was always
sugar.
down to the Ritz
My
crackers.
diet's changed.
Ritz
I'll
crackers.
tell you what,
Chili.
my diet's
What was this,
never
something
changed.
I've
Mary and I got
Since
sent to
the
dinner
day
so
that-
often.
Got sent
Sent
way
to
over
bed
there.
without dinner so often.
Way back.
So
Especially
often.
Kathy, we
We
finally
had-
broke down
we had
the
an
steel.
emergency.
I
When
fished
we
3.5
were able to go
hours.
Right.
into the kitchen, we would
We
steal
keep a
her
can of
put
Campbell's
upstairs.
Yeah,
chili
now this
bean
is on
soup.
tape.
Like a style.
We keep a can of Campbell's
Chili
chili
bean
bean
Just, you
soup.
know,
Chili
I'm
bean
all
soup.
good.
And
He didn't
crackers.
have
Oh, was it
No, we
disgusting?
ate it cold.
And
My
you
whole
had
attitude
it
real
was
was,
crackers.
yeah, I mean,
So
I've
we
never been in
put-
such
We
good
put
shape.
cookies
in
in
my
there,
life.
but the cookies
know.
never lasted.
Just
We always
never.
eat
Never,
them.
you know, I was down for a couple
The
of
emergencies
days.
would put it rise very quickly on.
But I'm
You
fine
might-
now.
But I can tell you,
takes a while to recover
I
from
ate
that.
that cold chili
And I
bean
just,
soup
I
a
just
number of
need
times
to
in
get
bouillon
back into
cubes.
stretching.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
dropped it in lots of hot water from the bathroom. Here, Mary, go get me some hot water from the bathroom.
What's this
Put
you
that thing
used
in
to,
and break it
When-
up.
Well, I remember what
When
the
they got
boys used to
sent
do
from
when Mom
the
used to go
table.
pick up Dad. Mom would tell us, don't go in the kitchen. Sure, Mom, don't go in the kitchen. It's 7 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten since 11 o'clock this morning. Don't eat.
Yes, we know where the cookies are.
well, God,
It's in the
Bread.
pots and pans
And the bread.
underneath the stove.
And Mom was the only mother I've ever known when there were 8 members of the family to cook 7 pork chops.
She still tells us Poppin's story. That's not true.
she cooked eggs. She cooked
And
eggs.
no, she didn't. And she would put 5 pieces of bread on the table with 6 kids.
Yeah, and
Well,
she
no,
ate
we
a
put the
can
bread
of
on the
Campbell's
table.
soup
Yeah.
between 8 people. 6 kids and 2
Yes.
adults.
Yes.
One kid. I
No,
don't know how.
no. Let's set the record
How,
straight.
how about the little
Did you ever
6-ounce
see her
can
peanut
of
butter
orange juice?
sandwiches?
Oh, I hated
You
them.
could never
Yeah.
see the peanut butter.
Just the butter.
Yeah, but
Never
you
seen the
remember?
peanut butter.
Do you remember
Like,
the
excuse me?
horrible tasting? She bought a
The
great
cheap
big thing
peanut
of
butter,
peanut butter,
cheap stuff.
and she put it on the table and threw a loaf of bread and said, "That's your lunch and nothing else till you finish that peanut butter."
Oh, was it disgusting?
Gag me!
bad
It was the
stuff.
worst. It was the only thing
Well,
that
was a
didn't
peanut
go.
butter. It was with the
Fancy.
grease
Well,
raised.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, the grease raised to the top.
Yes.
And it
Gross.
wasn't even
I
natural.
thought that was delicious.
Why would
It
take?
tastes called natural.
Then why didn't you finish it so the rest of us could go on
I
and eat?
tried, but about halfway through,
Kelly,
I got
Kelly, if you
I
had
love
to
peanut
split
butter
something
jelly.
with
Oh,
Kelly,
shit.
a piece of pie or cookie or something.
No, no.
Here, Kelly, split it.
He puts it in the middle. And he
No,
says,
which
and he
one
split it, so
do
you
you
got to pick.
Which one do you want?
Make it
Take the bite out.
Right, right.
It's still but you know what? That's what they say to do now. Okay, this is the fair way to do it. Let one person split it in half with the knife and let the other one choose.
And then you
Doesn't work with Kelly
No,
Ryan.
no.
There, you go ahead, choose. Yeah, you want this one? Great. Wait.
plate, and I used to stab their hands with a fork. He didn't believe me. They did that at her wedding.
Mary.
He witnessed it. He knows.
Mary.
They just wouldn't leave my hair alone.
Yeah, Mary exaggerates.
Well, yes, she does, but this is a true story.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah, there's
she's
some
right about this.
instances.
This instance is true to the fact.
If you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat at all.
Well,
That's true.
Well,
we
it
ate lots of
disappeared. It
potatoes.
disappeared fast.
Let me tell you, peeled on it.
Oh, we
No,
rotated.
I did.
No, you got allergic to them.
Yeah,
She
but I
was
still
good at
peeled
it.
them.
I still have scars
I
here
still
from
have
peeling my finger.
I still am allergic.
Do you remember peeling your finger?
Okay, for the record, how old were we when we started cooking dinner?
Well, helping.
I remember
Five?
making
No.
Oh, no.
I made your lunch when I was,
Get out of here.
when I was 6 or 7. I used to make our lunches.
Well, now,
I
I
used
made
to make
it once.
lunches. I made everybody's breakfast.
Now, setting the table,
And your lunch.
Setting
Maybe
the
that
table.
everything happy.
6 or 7,
Faces made
5,
out
6
of
or
olives.
7, and we
And
learned
the
how to set the
mustard
table
smile.
then.
Speaking of olives.
But I remember peeling potatoes when I was about 10, because you have to be able to, kind of get your
I
elbow
was
over
real
the
good.
sink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody
and
that
it was
can
one of
beat me
these,
peeled
you
potato.
peel them this
I remember
way.
this.
No, I never
And I
did.
still do. I still do. And I
You still snitching?
From potatoes?
and I get
Mom used to
asthma.
make
Your
her
asthma, I get
feel
asthma from it.
Do you?
So I used to have to
You
get in
guys
and peel
are
all
really
the potatoes.
screwed up. Your
Well, no,
asthma,
we
your
peel
itchies, and
potatoes.
yeah.
Kelly and I peel potatoes all the time.
Everybody.
And Mom
peeled
never
potatoes.
I
believed
fix
me.
the sandwiches every morning.
Mom never believed me.
No, she
You know,
fixes sandwiches.
Doug didn't believe me.
No,
but I
Kelly
did
did.
Camp
Kelly
Bell.
did
No, I
for like 2 years.
did.
For like 2
No,
years.
Hell,
No,
I
I
was old
did
enough to
for
go
the
to school
girls.
in Camp
You
Bell.
did make
He
them
used to make. He used to use half the loaf of
Your
bread
peanut
for
butter,
his
you couldn't even, I
sandwiches
mean,
alone.
Mom's was minuscule. Your peanut butter was in the next county. I mean, it wasn't even on that bread, you know. Kelly's peanut butter sandwich is
Well,
wow.
do you
Pass the
remember?
bread.
It's like making a martini.
Well,
Wait for the peanut butter to jump off.
How about the 6-ounce can of orange juice? The
Oh
6
yes,
ounce, right? But you
yes.
had to
For
do-
8 people, and
Right,
you
right.
said you're supposed
For 2 days.
Those juice
Oh, it
glasses.
wasn't for 2
One and a half
days.
an inch high.
Right, and I loved orange juice so much. I mean, I take a mug like that the other morning, and I filled it with orange juice. I still love it.
I ate 2 gallons of fresh orange
I ate a whole
juice.
can of Campbell's chicken.
You see
noodle
this
soup
orange
the
juice,
other night.
guys?
When I first had the flu,
A
I
year's
just opened up
supply.
sucker, threw it in, filled the water, threw it in the microwave, the whole can.
And you probably let some go to waste, too.
Not
didn't
a
you?
bite, not
No?
a bite.
No?
Ate every
Oh.
single bit, and a peanut butter sandwich. Because I have to have a peanut butter sandwich
Remember-
with my chicken
Now,
noodle soup.
wait. Let me
Now,
understand.
remember
What do we feel about this?
Katie
Do
likes
we feel
peanut butter and
deprived?
jelly sandwiches every day for school lunch.
Depraved.
That's what she wants.
That's what's that.
Do you
That's what
remember, Mom,
Kelly
the first
buys
time
her
we
lunch.
started cooking,
And the lunch
we
at
had this
school.
little
Doug and I
thin
went in one day and had
cookbook.
lunch
It
with
was
us.
Yeah.
right.
It's a little
Don't
Campbell-
start over
Campbell
kids.
Kids.
Potato Santa, Betty Crockers.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
Campbell Kids.
My kids
Potato
have one.
Santa.
A peach with white,
Kelly Ann
white
makes
chunky
dinner.
stuff and lettuce on the
She makes
outside.
dinner.
I remember
Yeah,
this
yeah.
picture.
The face.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
should.
Katie's
With
close to
carrots
her.
and celery as
Kelly
the
knows how to
lettuce.
make tuna noodle casserole and macaroni and cheese.
Use that tuna casserole.
I used to hate. I hate it, right? Who hated tuna more than me? Nobody.
I like it with
No.
potato
Me.
chips. If it's got potato chips,
Oh, I
it's
hated that. That was
okay.
gross.
You
No.
like with potato chips?
Casseroles of
You
any
use-
kind.
No, you know what it is.
Make me
If
want
you
I was
to.
use-
living in an apartment, that was our meal.
Oh,
We had
ah.
If you use bumblebee tuna
I mean,
in water,
hamburger
half the
noodle
problem with tuna
casserole.
is
Let's
it's
go.
in oil.
Hey,
I use bumblebee in water,
Hey.
and we use huge
Give
mushrooms.
me a tuna steak any
My
day.
kids
Hey.
will just suck it up.
Hey, how about
I like tuna fish
hamburger noodle casserole?
Oh.
Doug,
The big
Doug
chunks
has,
of
Doug
tomato.
has a
Corn.
variation.
Right.
And-
But he
and-
doesn't like corn and he puts in
right,
Velveeta cheese.
corn.
You're the
No
one.
corn and
And
Velveeta
This
tomatoes.
kid, at the age of 2, it was her second birthday. She was sitting in her high chair. I dearly remember this, eating her dinner, and she would not eat her peas. Mom and Dad thought they would be real smart. They put her peas underneath of her ice cream that they gave her for dessert. At the end of the meal, the ice cream was gone, the peas remained.
Everybody who knows me
Smart
knows.
little cookie.
Don't put a pea on my
There
table.
was
I go to the
peas.
Arrows
I
for dinner
remember
on
thinking,
Sunday.
I was amazed.
They put a pea on my plate
I
just
was
to see
amazed.
what I'll do, and I'll just go.
I was amazed.
They don't do it now. They move to
I
another
don't
house.
serve peas. I don't serve mixed vegetables.
Oh, no.
How about lime?
Never
with
can.
pickles?
Never, no,
Nobody
never
serves
can.
Or lima beans.
Oh,
My
and
kids,
my kids
my
like
kids love
canned
broccoli
green beans.
because I serve it with
Oh.
cheese whiz. I just
Oh,
pour
yeah.
the cheese whiz.
That's cool.
You know, I can
They
eat,
like
I can
trees.
eat, I
Don't
can
call
eat
broccoli
vegetables that I haven't had.
Remember that omelet?
wait.
I
You
was,
guys,
I was the one
Figure
that
this
said
out.
to Dad's face that it was the most horrible thing I'd ever tasted in my
Was
life,
that
and I
the one with
would not
onions in
eat
it?
it.
No, this was
It's
the
with
burnt
vanilla, burnt,
souffle.
black.
Stop
It was
telling
a
people
souffle.
I know I get fired to do everything.
How many times
Very
did you and
honest.
me sit there staring at cold fried eggs on a Sunday morning, sitting there all the way until lunchtime? They finally let us go. They give us back the same plate at dinner. The same eggs.
No.
I do not. I'm not exaggerating.
No.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes,
They did that
Yes,
once.
they
They
did.
did that at
No,
least
they,
once.
they made
They
us
did it
sit
with
there with
scrambled
those
eggs one
cold
time,
eggs
too.
because it was the brown crispy stuff on eggs.
Yes.
No way. I'm not
Oh,
eating it.
you and Dan,
I
now
will
I
not
remember,
eat
now
that.
I remember where
I
Danny
know.
gets
I would
it.
eat that shit.
No.
Danny won't eat anything with brown stuff.
Neither
on it.
will
No,
Zachary.
neither will-
Will not
neither will
touch
Kelly and
English
Kate.
muffins. You put them in the toaster. 2 seconds later, when they're a little bit warm, you pop them out. Only way.
Oh, well,
You
he'll
cannot grill a
well.
hamburger, grill anything. Got to go in the microwave where it just turns a funny color gray,
Right?
and he'll eat it. But
well,
don't put
No,
anything brown
Danny will
on
eat
his
grilled
plate.
hamburgers.
I won't eat brown
Exactly
crispy
right.
stuff on eggs, not to save my life.
Well,
I remember you
but
with the
wait,
crispy
now,
stuff.
let's stop here.
I like brown
we
crispy
all
potatoes,
remember
that's
how
it.
we were
Yeah.
deprived and degraded.
Depraved.
Yeah, how we were depraved. We're depraved
But
now.
I-
Demoralized.
You know, I never really thought that we were poor when we were
We
going to
weren't.
teach. Well, we were.
Well,
We were.
Yeah,
Well.
we were.
Are you kidding me? Well, you don't have kids. We look at our kids today and we see what our kids
We
have.
weren't
versus
well
what we
off.
had.
Okay, but we
No,
were.
but they wouldn't fix another meal because they didn't have the money to fix another meal.
Well,
No,
it was-
but also their
well, I
discipline
understand
wouldn't
that.
allow them to fix
Right,
another
it was
meal.
also
It's
the
their
discipline.
philosophy.
Yeah.
They're not going to fix
It's
something
also the
special.
discipline.
Right.
Oh,
I think
I
that's
know,
just their
I
way.
know, but God,
Mom went crazy when
I
she
mean,
came out
she
to our house.
she could
My
have
house to help,
cooked 2 more
to
pork
help.
chops.
And when I was
You
in the
know.
hospital,
Right. Bingo. She
she
couldn't
expected
right.
Doug to help out in the kitchen.
Yeah, she did.
Well, why not?
Doug doesn't do anything in the kitchen.
Doug does
With the
do
exception of hamburgers, hamburgers and his casserole that I mentioned.
How about the hot dog cooker? Does he? No, that.
Oh, do you remember that? I don't even know where that is anymore. That was good. I like that. No, but Mom came down and Mom, do you remember Mom? Cut up potatoes and serve them on your plate just like that. Well, we don't serve potatoes like that in my house. My house, they are either mashed potatoes or they are a baked potato, and that is it. Mashed potatoes
Oh,
with
I like
gravy.
them cut up like that. With just throw a little butter and salt.
Well, we take them and cut them up and throw them
Kelly
in the
says,
fryer.
Mom, did you have to eat this food your whole life?
Oh, you fry them up.
I reminded her that I knew how to cook because somebody had to teach me.
Well, no, actually, we all learned how to cook.
We did. She
Yeah, we
she
did.
encouraged us a lot to do a lot of stuff.
We
And-
did a lot of
and
things
I
that
inflicted
my
some
kids-
pain on you guys for which.
Oh, Patrick, the
You know-
beer and the ham, the time Mom and Dad went away, and that sucker you said you knew how to cook and it was going to be great, and you plopped that flopping thing down on the table, and it
was
was
it?
the worst piece of shit. It was a piece of ham, and he cooked it in a beer, and it was just a crappy thing that he cooked. He thought he was such an ingenious
He's
chef.
improved.
Yeah, he used
He's
to.
I know, he's
He still
great
thinks
now.
he's an
No, I'm
ingenious
not.
chef.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, you aren't. You are
took,
good
took him
now.
a while, but
Right,
the experiment.
but don't you
believe
think
it.
that we should like
I
reap
put the
some
beer
of
in
the
the
benefits?
pancake batter now.
He's
and
trying
they're
to inherit
great.
Dad's majesty in the kitchen.
I'm wondering.
Dad's
now-
Majesty.
Remember, he always thought he was the king
Do you
of the
ever
kitchen.
remember the
turkeys?
corn?
Too.
I remember everything he
No,
did.
no, 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 no. I had to sit at the dining room table with him one night when Mom was
Bristle.
away, and he served
That
corn
green, yeah.
that he put a half a can of pepper in.
Split pea soup.
Marvelous,
Oh, yeah.
great stuff, good for you,
Turkey
Sheila.
soup.
No,
That was hard to
that's
do.
not.
Brown crispy
He's a
stuff
chef.
and bristle.
But Dad thought he was a chef. That was the point. Dad thought he was a chef.
No,
His
no.
tacos were okay. so
Actually,
it's a lot.
what it was is neither one of them were real good cooks.
I don't think Mom
Mom
liked
wasn't
cooking.
bad.
Nobody ever, well,
She learned,
She didn't
She
like
was
cooking.
bad.
as did we all.
To this day, I like her meatloaf.
I
Actually,
make
I'm
new
improved
meatloaf.
on it.
I have too.
I like
And
that
I'm,
spaghetti.
I put her pork chops.
I put ground pork in my
And I'm
meatloaf.
improved on her potato
I
salad, but
put
I
it
like
to
the
pork
basics.
chops.
Oh, God.
Zachary and Kate love it in cream and mushroom soup.
Can't
Really?
complain
Served
about
over
that
rice.
chicken.
I should do
the
that with
basting
Kelly and Katie.
sauce,
They
that
eat
lemon.
that then.
Oh yeah.
I
The lemon.
yeah, you
That's
better
not
not
big on pork. I have bought the thick pork chops and stuffed them and cooked them in chicken broth.
It's
That
too
was good.
fancy for kids. Kids like to eat plain,
No,
and they
that
like to
would
look
eat it.
pretty on their plate
Well,
too.
you know that barbecue sauce we had with the butter and the onions?
Yes.
And the-
Oh,
and-
I make that. People love
make
that.
that. The chicken
Yeah.
barbecue.
Worcestershire sauce.
And also
Yeah.
for flank steak.
I like
That's still
her
the
flank
best
steak, but
flank
Doug wouldn't eat
steak
it. He said it's like
marinade.
shoe leather.
Oh no, the flank steak marinade.
I learned how to cook. Do you remember
And
her
cube
barbecue
steaks
that tasted like rubber bands?
Oh, yeah.
I learned
Cube
how
steaks.
to cook those.
Oh,
What do you
Kathy
do,
has
Mom?
a great
Oh, boy, you had a fantastic
with
recipe.
stewed tomatoes.
Stewed tomatoes.
No, I do mine. I take that seasoned salt, I season that, I'll
Lemon
flour them,
stew.
I'll put them in
Lori's
margarine,
doesn't
brown
have
them,
much MSG.
I'll take them out and I'll brown all of them, and then I'll put them all back in the pan, and I fill the pan up with water. And when it's finished cooking, I have this thick gravy and meat.
Well,
Yeah, but isn't it rubbery?
That's
No,
the way.
no.
That's the way we used to
Not
cook.
if you
Not
cook
if
them
you
at that low.
cover
If
the
you brown
meat.
them first and you cook them at a low heat,
I
they
cook
get
them at 350.
it's almost like Salisbury steak.
I
It's
cook
just
them an
like.
hour and a half. Mom never cooked them long enough.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
No. Well, yeah. That's it.
You have to
But-
cook them long enough.
Right, no. Well, we
by the
were
way,
all-
Mom and Dad are never gonna see any of this.
No.
I was just gonna say, they
It's
better
not a
have
tape
it.
that
We will
we
all be
write.
damaged
They
from
will-
the Ryan house.
We're
We're gonna
already
edit it.
damaged, hon, but we just,
We're gonna edit it.
we
Except
don't
they
want
don't
our
already
kids
know
to
what
do
they
this
have
when
to
they
do.
get older, sit around and go, you know what Mom used to do? Remember Caitlin when she used to shove the yogurt down your throat? Right. don't
Well,
want my
I
kids
remember
doing
the
that.
time Becky came home. Hi, Beck. And I answered the door,
Oh, yeah.
and Mom and Dad were asleep, and the cop asked for your mom, and I should have said, "Oh, I'm her mother."
Right.
Yeah, I
She
opened the
bought
door.
the wine.
I bought the wine. Because Mom and Dad are never going to see this one.
Right.
Really?
Kathy
Yeah,
bought the wine and
I
hid it under the
store and
bushes.
supplied it for everybody. We were what, 14 or something?
Well, I
Just Labor Day
remember
weekend?
when
Yes.
Mom and Dad
They
were
in
gone and your slumber party, and Mr. Sinclair thought it was my friends that left beer cans all over the neighborhood. And I went out to work Saturday morning, and he said, Mary, would you mind picking up the beer cans from your friends? And I looked at him, I said, go talk to Sheila.
Sheila had some wild parties. That was one thing.
Sheila, the story.
Oh, I love my parties.
I bailed out her cookies once.
Yes, you did. And Kathy walked in. That was when I was in college, though. I was a little bit older.
No, you were at Einstein. We were in college.
Yeah, but one time, didn't you come in and the bond was still there on the living room floor?
No, I missed
That was
that.
another
No,
one.
I,
Yeah, you did come in one time, and where's
We're
Sheila? All these
15 and 4 sheets to the wind.
Well, I was up in the bed.
That's
puking.
what I was doing that summer. I was playing with the band. I was 15. We were out there drinking in the officers' clubs and all this stuff all the time. And we always went drinking.
Who was that guy, Mike?
Michael
Michael
Fowler.
Fowler in the red car.
No,
Yes,
no,
he
no.
was balding.
It was
Yes,
a white
I saw
Chevy.
But he also had,
He
didn't
had
have
a,
a
he had
red
a
I
white
haven't seen it
62.
in Powell.
years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I saw him
I'm
one
sorry, it
time
was
when
the
I was
Bel
in
Air.
high school. Might have even been in college. He was balding quite a bit then.
Who?
Mike Fowler, when I saw him.
Good.
song.
He had a
Now see, you
couple
know,
of nice
now the,
people.
wait a minute, I have
Yeah.
a story
Yeah.
of Kathy's boyfriends.
Did you meet him
When
in
I was
Dallas?
working at
God.
Did you
Golden
meet him
County
in
Food
Dallas?
Center,
Did you meet him in
I had a
Dallas?
client,
No, I
clients
was a
walk
friend
in, it
of
was
the
a
lady
marriage,
who
it
taught
was
me
a
everything.
couple, and they needed marriage therapy, and so another therapist and I went in and did it. I've never been married, but she has her master, so I'm gonna be the assistant here. Okay, we're taking down names. I'm looking at this guy going, I know this guy. We're taking down names. Johnny Waffen.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
Hey,
Can't
that's
be.
8th
There's
grade,
no way.
Kathy.
I
He used
know.
to bribe them with
Oh,
gum to
God.
try
Yes,
and
he
get
did.
them to leave us alone.
And I wouldn't one time, and I missed out. I'm like, oh, I still regret that.
I remember I met
He was
Johnny
Where-
client.
where was that?
sister
Down at
because
Walden
she
County
worked out at
Center
Montgomery
in
and
Southern
College.
Maryland.
Oh, yeah?
He and his wife came.
And she
She was
married a
real
guy
nice.
who was in the service.
Funny.
She was a real
Yes.
nice lady.
Small
She was-
world.
Yeah.
Lady.
My
Yeah,
name
sure.
is Jones.
Joanne? No,
Sheila
Short Hall.
Jones.
Short Hall is one I'm thinking of.
Okay, Joanne Shortall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was,
Who was your,
she was
Kelly, who was your
Kathy
first,
Day.
who was your first big flame? Kathleen O'Day.
Kathleen O'Day.
Oh,
She
God,
was a
didn't
therapist.
See that? Should I find
Who,
it?
who was your first big flame?
You mean back in grade school?
Kay Schaller?
Oh, I remember that.
That was something
Everybody,
Mom couldn't
yeah, that's
do.
right. That was
okay.
all hype.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it
couple.
was Celia Samborski that they.
I remember
Oh,
Celia.
Celia.
I remember that name.
Yeah.
I had an unrequited passion for
You
Clara
liked it?
Santilli.
Oh
Celia,
yeah,
I remember that.
What
know.
about 8th
Mine
grade
was-
blonde
That was
hair?
good.
Well, that was
That
required
was
someone.
Who was
his
that?
birthday was February
Well,
11th.
well, the
Eighth
first
grade.
one, the first one in
We're
8th
all
grade
a
called
red
me all the
blazer.
time.
He
It
was
was
in 8th
Anne
grade
Marie
and I was in
Tippett.
7th grade.
I couldn't stand it.
But you,
And then this
What's her name?
this woman, Teresa B.
Teresa B. Teresa B.
You know, she decided she wanted to be part of our crowd, so she picked on this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Who was
remember
the other
8th grade
dude?
parties.
Teresa B.
Was
Teresa
that
B.
it?
I want to put on my these things.
Oh, that's right. It was Teresa B. Well, yeah, she lived over there off of
You want some? I have
August
a couple
Drive
there.
somewhere.
Yeah.
didn't you?
I got some
Jackie
back.
Nowotny?
I'm gonna
No,
put
that
mine
was, she was a
on.
year older.
Yeah. Mary's age.
Jackie Nowotny.
Jackie went
Jackie,
out.
what? You knew her?
You guys had romances at that age. I didn't have any
That was
romances.
What?
Me?
Yeah,
What do you mean? In ninth grade.
Ninth grade, yes.
You were in ninth grade. I was a senior in high school. And you were dating and I wasn't. That
Right.
sucked.
But that's when I started dating. That wasn't until ninth grade. I
Now,
saved
who was
it
your
all.
first big
I
flame?
hoarded all my hormones until
Seriously?
ninth grade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who cares?
I don't know. I do. I definitely.
You know what?
remember.
I never understood why any of these girls liked me.
You didn't.
I swear.
Well, that's an odd
I
thing
never
to
stopped
say,
to ask the
Patrick.
question.
Well, I
Who
was a
cares
short
why?
guy.
You weren't short.
Yes, it was.
You didn't
I was
care,
one
know,
of the shortest
I know.
kids in
That's why all the
eighth
girls
grade.
knocked
Yeah.
at your door.
And I had these,
Really?
glasses, these dorky
All
looking
my
glasses.
girlfriends wanted to date with my brother Kelly. Get out of my life.
Yeah,
So,
I
so who
remember.
was your first name?
Diane
Cal?
Henry. Diane
I
Henry.
remember Diane Henry.
And, well, you
You
know,
know those two twins over there, Julia and lived on Brunswick.
Julie and
The
Loretta.
Millers.
They
Yeah.
weren't twins, but yeah.
The
They're
Millers,
sisters.
right?
We used
They
to
were
feed
kinda
their
neat.
cats.
No, one was born in November and one was born in January. They
Yeah,
were
they
8
were
months
close
apart.
in age. They were kind of neat.
They were neat. I mean,
I don't
friends.
know.
Yeah.
The first serious flame.
Was it Carol?
Oh, I was in love with
Well,
her.
no, I mean,
Well, in
No,
ninth
no.
grade, this
I don't
guy,
know. I
Tony
have to give it some
Alexandro,
thought.
was
Well,
the big
Kelly, I'm
stuff
talking about
at the junior high.
adolescent or
I was nuts about
pre-adolescent.
him.
Oh, well,
He
I'm
found
serious.
out,
We're
he
talking
thought
about
I
something
ruined
at
his
the Wheaton Youth
reputation.
Center.
He
It could
came
be
up to my
different one
face
every
in
week.
science class in front of the whole
Kelly,
class. He says,
all right.
I hate you and you stop telling people that you love me.
Who's that?
This guy that when I was in ninth grade came up and did that to me. However, I got back at him the next year in high school. I was someone and he was shit.
Who
You
was
were
that?
Monty
Mark
Hillary.
Levy?
No.
I remember Mark
Yeah.
Levy. I had the
Yeah, you
biggest
remember
crush on him.
Mark Levy. Mark
He-
Levy. Name rings a bell.
He begged someone that he could get a dance with me when we were in high school. And I said, no way, you can't get a dance with her. He came up and got a dance with me. Hell, the guy didn't know that I'd dance with anything.
He was a nice guy. I remember him. I had a crush on him.
Where Mark Levy? His name rings a bell. I
No,
don't know
Mark, it was Mark Beach and David Levy.
I remember you liked Mark Beach, didn't you?
Yeah, but Ann got Mark.
Right.
I had Barry.
And
I got Barry.
Clayton.
Remember Barry?
And
Mark
Clayton
was
over there off. Oh, I know.
Devon.
There was another one
Yeah,
on
and
Devon.
Clayton.
Nina Richardson.
Do you remember Doug Russo over on
Yeah.
Devon?
You know what? Hey, his sister, we know,
Gina?
Gina,
Oh, really?
well, she goes, her kids go to the same nursery school as ours,
Is it Gina or is it Doug's younger sister?
and younger sister, Donna, I'm sorry.
Donna, okay, yeah.
And it's been some interesting happenstance there. She lives a couple of miles.
Well, I understand that Liz Berbackus lives somewhere around Mom and Dad. On
I don't know.
Brunswick or something.
Well, that's where her parents live.
No, well, her parents lived way down the other end.
No, I don't know.
Liz Berbackus.
Berbackus, I don't remember.
Well,
Name
Pat
rings a
Jack
bell.
rings a bell.
Pat
but
Berbackus was
Einstein.
my age.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
remember
They
Pat.
lived up at the end of
Nice
Brunswick.
looking
Right.
guy.
Real nice looking.
Real football player.
Well,
Einstein.
he wasn't anything. He was big. He was big in baseball, really.
Yeah,
He,
Okay, you're right.
played
It was baseball.
Baseball is what he
So
was.
Kelly, we still haven't got the answer. The pre-adolescent or adolescent. Who was yours, Mary?
Well, I don't know.
Playing.
It depends what
You're
age.
playing.
Well,
In
any age.
third grade, I was kissing
No.
Sheldon Iskow.
Oh, really? Shelley Iskow, huh?
Sheldon Iskow.
The guy up there
How
in
can you
Conover and Dennis?
Yes.
Boy, did you need glasses? I can tell.
Well, that was
Well-
early on. It was before I realized a bow tie was not a sign of a true man.
Oh.
What was, how
When he
about,
wears bow ties in high school, I realized that
Well,
there
back
was...
in
how about
grade.
8th grade?
Back in 8th
Eighth
grade, there was
grade.
Michelle Circumvent.
Oh, Michelle Circumvent.
Absolutely.
I didn't have one in 8th grade, but ninth
Michelle
grade was Tony
Circumvent?
I
Alexandra.
remember these kids.
Now,
I had their
did
younger
you
brothers and
dance
sisters
with
in my
her?
class.
Did you dance with
It
her?
was
and stuff?
CYO time, so yeah, we just kind of booked it out. Yeah, at CYO.
I mean, regularly, you know? You gave her a ring or something?
Now, see, I remember mine. How can you not remember? Marty Darling. Got my first ring, my first formal, my first kiss.
Well, there were so many rejections. And you didn't let it bother you, you just found somebody else. You know, I mean, that's the way it kind of worked. Kay Shalley was, you know, at least you never had to worry about rejection. She's
She
damn
was
pleasant.
gentle and nice. And
Yeah.
Just like a collie.
Anybody want to split a beer?
I'm
Never
drinking
cared
your
yellow.
half now.
oh,
Oh, he was my
Kathy,
true
there's a
love
couple in
for
the
high school and
freezer.
I
college.
still cringe.
Oh,
when I
grab
hear
them out of
his
the freezer,
name.
yes.
I just put them in.
Yes,
Okay.
thinking about him and Wes and your problems.
This is the last one.
Created by your sister,
Put
which I
one,
didn't
one
really
more.
create. It was
I just was always on the outskirts of those problems. I
Yeah.
never got
Right.
involved in them.
why stop blaming myself for
Who was
mistakes.
Marty Darling?
Oh, Marty Darling was the military guy from St. John's.
I remember that. You wore that
Military.
blue dress and I fixed your
He
hair.
fixed my hair, yep. And he had acne, and he was like the flame of 8th grade, but by the time he got to 9th grade, his acne came out. But I just thought it was great. It was my first.
I hated her.
Why?
Because
you like him?
she had dates, and I was 4 years older than her, and I didn't.
Yeah, but you were the president of your
Right.
Montgomery College.
Well, that wasn't until I was in college. Then I had lots of dates.
Well,
I had
you know,
dates
you
whenever
could get
I
lots
wanted
of
them. I
dates
just didn't
today,
want them.
Mary. You know, if you wanted them. I mean,
Oh yeah,
No,
it's pretty,
no, dates
it's
aren't
pretty
come by.
easy, but whether or not
Figs
they're worth
are right
having,
now.
whether
Figs are a lot
whether or
easier.
not they're worth having is another thing.
What?
I told myself that I would not walk out on my marriage because I don't want anything out there on the market.
hey, that's real nice of your sister Kathy.
What? These
personal
are my
decision.
people, Mike.
personal
She has a totally different life than I do.
That's true.
Totally different lifestyle.
Yeah, wake up every morning and go, there's nothing out there I want to Where is it?
Things are
Well,
getting scarce.
besides that, she doesn't have kids. She has such a totally different lifestyle when you don't have kids and you're single.
Well, no, wait, Mary, let's not be so insensitive. Maybe she wants kids.
Well, I know that, but what I
That
mean is
doesn't
that
matter.
Are we having a
What
session
it
here?
does, what it does
You're
not.
a
No, I think somebody's being a little insensitive.
No.
no,
No, no.
I don't mean that.
No.
What I mean is
She's just, I know Mary,
She's
she's
not
just being a real
like I've got a friend
factual stuff.
whose kid is now grown up, and her life has changed because now she doesn't have child.
Mary, if what you're saying is you wouldn't trade your life for that somebody
Are
at your
you
age
taking notes?
who doesn't have your kids and your husband. I
So
understand
we're gonna
that.
be
That's all right, we're
It's,
getting
it's
to this.
easy to really, you know, to really live with that. I understand that. I mean, I wouldn't trade my life either, but that doesn't mean that.
You don't want mine?
Well,
don't want
I've thought
anybody's
about
good.
your life.
Hey,
I don't want anybody's
From
It's
time to
always,
time.
it's always easier in somebody else's
Even
shoe.
with
Yeah,
all the
that's true.
problems
Or
and
something
stuff, I
like
don't
that.
want anybody else's life.
Right. Well, I don't want anybody else's life to mine. I don't.
Well, no, wait. Wait.
Sometimes I want different lifestyles and
How
stuff.
about
but I
Donald
start-
Trump? No, wait a minute.
No.
Let's jump on in.
I think I want Ronald Reagan.
But I
Most of
Ronald
my
Reagan.
friends-
I want
most
to
of my
get paid
friends
$2
are
million
single.
just to
Right,
manage
just
your
to
bill.
go, right, and have a little chat with the little guy.
You know, with the buzz haircut.
Yeah,
No.
What?
No, you can be Donald Trump.
yeah, I know, but then
You
you
can
have
have-
to be Donald Trump.
You can have a spouse.
And you can be Leona Hemsley, and
Oh,
you can
God,
be
Helmsley.
Cher, and you can be
Oh, I like her body, and I like her new
Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton.
You're doing such a big
Golly,
favor for all of us.
Jesus.
And now, can we do our game now? All right, let's see. I'm gonna start
Kelly
off the
says
game
no
by
without
saying
thinking.
I never spit on my little sister.
What are we supposed to say?
Please try to remember if I
This,
contradict me.
this is like liar's poker. There's no screw an inch. He did.
I never spit on my little sister.
No, you did on your big sister. So I'm not your little sister.
Did I spit on you?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair enough. When?
When? Well, I can
It
remember
doesn't
one
matter.
time you came
Did I
home
apologize
from Boy
later?
Scouts. Are
Did
you
I-
kidding me?
I apologize now.
Oh, please, it's not worth it. We're not going to get into
Apology
that.
not accepted.
I apologize for sitting on you for 10 years.
You did that to me. You didn't
used
sit
to
on
do that to
him.
me.
I did too. He was smaller than me for a
Yeah,
long
but
time.
he'd get you off.
Hey, I was
For
the
a
one,
long
I had
time.
to live with her in the same room.
I kind of enjoyed
I'm the
it,
one
to
that got
tell
the
you
bra
the truth.
in. I don't have any complaints. I'd hide under my bed and scream for mom and dad to come and rescue me.
God, was I that terrible?
Now that's horrendous because all I have are incredible fond memories. And Kathy's like
Fond.
Right.
caretaker.
You and Becky don't
Oh,
understand the physical abuse
No,
but I-
that
Oh
the
no,
rest
wait
of
a
us
minute. We
went
understand physical abuse.
through. That we went through.
Right.
Oh, get
That
out.
Mary and I went through.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
We just got it out, you
I
and you.
abused Mary.
Pat always
Good thing I
got
was
me in
living
trouble.
next door, you
He
know?
would break something in the room and run out and leave me standing there for mom to yell at.
That sounds like
He's
that.
a smart boy even back then.
But
Little
I
bit
hated Pat until he finally grew up.
Did you really?
When are
you
you gonna
hated
grow
me?
up?
You hated
I
me?
hated you.
Why?
Why?
Because everybody.
I hated
dislikes
you
somebody.
because you were smart and you got A's and I worked my butt off and I got B's and C's. I hated you for that.
You
What I
know,
hated you most for.
I tried to get B's.
I hated you most.
But you didn't have
because
to
you got
follow
me-
him,
He
Mary.
got me in trouble
No, I
all
believe
the
it.
time.
You'd be
I got her in trouble.
He got
This
me in
is
trouble.
amazing.
I didn't see this happening.
How?
I
He got
can't
me in
either.
trouble.
He'd run out of the house real quick.
Or he.
No, you were sly.
No,
You
No,
were
he used to
I
go in
was
the
sly
kitchen,
as
and
the
you used to do
devil.
this too.
But,
You two would
but, I
steal
mean, I
the food,
learned it-
and Mom
I
would
learned it
blame
from
me
you
because
guys.
I was fixing dinner. They'd come in the kitchen, steal the food while Mom went to pick up Dad. Mom would come home. I'm the one who was supposed to fix dinner, so she blamed me for eating the food, and you guys ate it.
Well, it's so simple.
Mary, we all
I
do it
didn't
during
do it.
Thanksgiving.
Pat did it. You know, what's so hard to believe? What?
by then.
What, you're
What's so
supposed
hard?
to, Mom isn't gonna believe
And
it?
Mary, of course, Mary,
The
the
great big
supreme.
fattest.
No, no way.